We good?
We good.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. My name is Chris, and welcome back to my sports podcast. Today, I'm joined here by Garrett Paladna, one of my closest friends for the last 15-ish, give or take, years. So thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Very last minute, Garrett's in town, and I was like, yo, you want to come on the podcast? At first, he said no. But then after, he was like, screw it, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, you mentioned this was your second podcast.
Second podcast that I've been on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he was talking to me. He was like, yo, I'm nervous. And I'm like, bro, I've known you 15 years. What are you nervous for?
It's not that it's like, it's you. It's me, you know? Okay, that's courage.
You're good. You're good.
No, it's, I think it's the visuals because the first podcast I was on, it was just,
Audio.
It was just audio. And so you can kind of like hide a little bit, if that makes sense. But hey,
we're here.
That's good. We're here.
That podcast was your friend's podcast, and he was like sponsored and stuff, right?
Yeah, he got quite a few listeners, I think. I mean, he has sponsors from the local Pinch a Penny. He had like different sponsors and everything. So he was legit. He's been doing the podcasting for a couple years now. He dud.
Is he still doing it now?
No, I'm pretty sure he still does. I think it's infrequent, like when he posts, but he posts like local sports stuff going on at the local high schools.
Okay.
He has like high schoolers on.
Oh, that's
like,
cool.
And so he gets the community involved. And I think that's where his podcast thrives, is because it's really revolved around the community. So
that's nice. That's cool. Well, today we got a visual podcast. We're gonna dive into a couple of things, and I think it's gonna be really funny. Like I mentioned, it was last minute, so we don't have a ton of stuff, but still, nonetheless, I'm gonna start off with a new segment. I wanted to do it on the last episode, but didn't get the chance to. I just forgot. We're going to do. We're gonna start off every episode from now on with NFL Wordle. So you guys will also be able to see it at home. I will screen record it later tonight, and then you guys will be able to follow along. So it's going to be NFL Wordle. I'll show you how it works. We have 8 guesses to get the Wordle. Okay.
Are we going against each other, or like we a team?
No, we're a team.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So this is kind of how it is. We just enter a name, and then it'll tell us if it's on that team, the team will be green. If it's on that division, it'll be green, so on and so forth. If it's yellow, that means you're close to it. So give me one NFL player. Again, this is only current players, so give me an NFL player to start off with. Any NFL player.
I'm assuming the people that just got drafted are not in it.
I don't think so.
Okay. Give me Jamar Chase.
Okay, that's a good one. Jamar Chase. Okay, boom. Oh, wait, we got to do it again. Jamar Chase. Okay. So he does not play for the AFC North. So that means if this was yellow, that means he plays in the AFC. So that means it's not an AFC player at all. But he's just under 6 foot. So let's maybe go a running back in the NFC.
Okay.
So we could do any running back in the NFC. Bijan Robinson.
That works. Go for it.
Okay.
I'm an NFL casual. I don't keep up with
okay.
like divisions and like conferences. I just kind of keep up with it. But
okay, we got some good information here. Let me zoom in for you. Okay, so they are a running back. They are in the NFC, and they're 5'11". Okay.
What is the yellow?
Yellow means like you're close to it. So since it
wasn't
wasn't
a division. Oh
no, if it was green, that means they would be in the NFC South. Okay. But so now we have 3 other divisions. So NFC South is eliminated. So
okay, I see.
So we have the NFC West, which consists of the San Francisco 49ers, the Seattle Seahawks, the Los Angeles Rams, and the...
Wait, say it again? Sorry.
LA Rams, San Francisco, Seattle Seahawks, Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals. Wrong guy.
There we go. So... You want to go
Christian
with
McCaffrey.
I was about to say you want to go with the obvious answer and see if that's who it is. Christian McCaffrey. It was Christian McCaffrey. Boom. Done in 3. So that was easy. Boom. We got it. You can be a casual and you could still do it.
Get it done, baby.
All right. So we did that. That was fun. I think I'm gonna do that for every episode. Okay. Now, I know I'm giving it to you early. Pause. But Garrett had a segment for us of who's most likely to. So I'm going to let you start off with that, and we can go into that. So what the segment is there's going to be about 10 questions that we're going to talk about. And in our friend group, we're going to say who's mostly likely to do this. Okay? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go for it. What's the first one?
The first one, most likely to eat something off the ground.
I'm probably going to go Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie.
I think I would do it too, but like if it was like a 5-second rule type thing, I think that's what Donnie would do too. You think if someone was just sitting there for days, he'd pick it up and eat it?
No. Donnie's better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Donnie.
Yeah. I'm right there with you, Donnie. I don't want to throw you on the bus, but I'd probably do it too.
I don't know. I'm kind of a germaphobe. I wouldn't want to do it unless I'm like in like a screw it mood, and I do it.
Yeah.
Most likely to be late for everything.
Oh, that's you.
What?
That's a no-brainer. That's you.
All right. Well, maybe. I feel like Jesus might have like a little.
If we're talking all time, it's definitely you.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
It's definitely.
That's
But
fair.
Jesus is a second. You're right.
Okay,
I'll say that.
I'll take the king at that because I show up to work late more often than not.
Bro.
No, but I mean, they know. My boss makes fun of me. She's like, they always make fun of me in the office for coming in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Garrett. I'm like, shut up.
Bro, Donnie, John, Big, Jesus, if y'all are watching, y'all know that like Garrett's late for everything. Yo, you guys want to hop on at 10 p.m.? Yo, I'm there. At 11:30. Yo, my bad. I'm coming.
Wait. No.
That's how it used to be in high school.
Really?
Yeah. You would be like an hour late.
Shoot. That's my bad.
You used to be so late.
Oh, gosh.
All right, what's the next
Fortnite.
one? Fortnite.
Fortnite OG.
I got it here. We'll talk about it.
Cool.
We'll talk about it.
Most likely to laugh in a serious moment.
All of us.
Dude, for real.
I'm not gonna lie though. I think it's either me or you.
Probably. There's been some moments where I bite my tongue and I'm like holding it in. Like there was one time I had a friend. This is back in high school. One of my friends was getting chewed out by his dad at the dining room table. And we're all sitting there having dinner. And it's like an awkward silence for like 5-10 seconds. I'm just like, don't laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was something.
Yeah. Especially like me and Christina. Like if we'll get into like a little argument, I will like I'll just laugh in her face.
Dude, that's terrible.
She hates it.
I would
bro.
get so pissed.
I laugh at everything. Like I try and make everything like funny. Are you hot? I'm kind of hot. I'm gonna turn on the fan. Hold on.
Go ahead, yeah. Will it mess up audio?
Okay. Yeah, I laugh at a ton of things, and like I feel like I break like awkwardness with silence too. But I think me and you.
No, definitely. It's
sure.
I don't know, something about it. It's just the awkwardness, the quietness. It's like I don't know. It's just funny. So,
what's the next one?
Sorry. It reminds me of the time when we were the shepherds at church, and that old guy fell.
So, for context, for viewers listening, so Garrett and I went to the same church growing up. So once a year for Easter, right? Was it for
Easter or Christmas? I think it's Christmas.
Okay. For Christmas, we would dress up as like the wise kings, the 3 wise kings.
No, we were just shepherd.
Shepherd.
Yeah.
Okay, we were shepherd. And then someone would dress up as like Mary and Joseph. And it was during church service. We would come out, we would stand like by the altar, and then people would come up and they would drop their tithes in there.
It's for a Lottie Moon offering, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So
they would drop their offering and tithe and whatnot in there. And it's me, Donnie, I think Troy, and you.
Wasn't Troy?
He was a shepherd, and then Jeremiah was Joseph.
Oh, okay, that's right.
And we're standing up there, and this is in front of like 200 people, mind you. And some guy like falls over right in front of us, And I think Troy just said something stupid, and like we start to like smirk and everything, and we have to like look down and like cover our faces.
Dude, he fell in slow motion too. I feel like he fell in slow motion. I just remember like watching it happen, just like when he hit the ground. I was like, so that was
that was hilarious. I'll never forget that. Like we would try and like make each other laugh too.
the whole staff thing. The
Doosh, doosh, yeah, and backstage and everything. That was fun.
oh gosh,
Shout out Miss Daphne.
Miss Daphne.
She was the one that had to put up with us.
Yeah.
She was the one that had to dress us, put everything on, and then Bailey too. She was there helping us out. So that was funny.
Let's see. Most likely to break their phone the first day they get it.
Ooh. Okay. Wow. I definitely. So my first thought went to you because you rock no case a lot.
I used to rock no case for a little bit. Came back to bit me in the butt because.
Oh, that phone was cracked? No. Dang.
Connor laughed in my face about it because it was right in front of Connor. I pulled my phone out of my pocket. Boom! Slips, hit the corner of my desk and the floor. I flip it over. I was like,
Damn.
and he was like, and Connor started laughing.
Damn. I would say, yeah, I would definitely say you. I was trying to think maybe Jesus or Vic, but no, they're always rocking cases. Especially not Donnie or Troy. They always got those titanium cases.
The freaking, the OtterBox.
Yeah. Especially Troy. Troy's got that military grade vibranium.
Dude, you throw it off a 5-story building. That thing's
Perfect. Mint condition.
mint condition.
Mint condition. You got another one, or was that it?
Yeah, I got a couple more. Who is most likely to fart in an elevator full of people?
I think both of us.
Me. No, I definitely do it. I went to Indianapolis for the Southern Baptist Convention with my coworkers. I went and rip, and I got off the elevator on my floor because they were still going up. And I was like, I farted. Peace. with the little gift.
Oh my god. Yeah, just church people in the elevator. Just you get off. Yo, enjoy the smell.
I was on the second floor. They were on the 5th floor, and I was like, the door's closing, and I'm like, I farted, by the way.
Damn. All right, next one.
I got 2 more.
2 more. Okay.
Let's see. Most likely to lock themselves out of their home.
Oh, it's Vic.
Vic, really?
Oh, it's Vic, 100%.
Okay.
No questions asked. Vic or Jesus?
Okay. I'm not sure, so I'll go with your answer.
I'm going Vic. Yeah, big time. Vic just can be very forgetful sometimes, and he can just forget his keys. I feel like.
Okay. Last one. Most likely to cut their own hair and think it looks good.
Ooh. Go ahead.
Honestly, I don't know. I want to say no answer, I think.
I was going to say Troy. That was going to be my answer.
Oh!
I feel like.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like he'd be like, oh, I'm just going to cut my hair real quick.
Yeah.
And cut it and be like, yo, my hair looks sick. Like, it was so. I don't know. Maybe Donnie definitely wouldn't cut his hair.
Nah, Donnie goes to the barber.
He's
got a barber.
Yeah, even
Loyal.
before he would get his fades and all that stuff, he only went to like one person. Like, and then I know Jesus wouldn't, Vic wouldn't. Sometimes I cut my own hair if it gets too long. I cut it, but I wouldn't. I think Troy.
Okay. I'll do one more.
Yeah.
Most likely to get a terrible tattoo.
Ooh. So
Troy.
I'll say Troy's already got a tattoo.
A terrible. No, okay, it's not terrible.
He's already got a tattoo. I don't think Donnie's not that stupid.
Nah, Donnie. Even though we make fun of Donnie all the time, Donnie knows what he's doing.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll just go with Troy just because he already has a tattoo.
Yeah, I think Troy would be the one to put like a stupid tattoo somewhere.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find Fortnite stuff, but
Fortnite.
That was my next topic since that was your last question.
Oh, okay.
So as of today, so we're recording this on Friday the 21st, June 21st. You guys will see this on Wednesday. So Fortnite will already be out, but today news broke that Fortnite OG is coming back with like a rebirth resurgence type mode, and we're hype. Like, we're so hyped.
List off was it leaked? Did they announce it?
I It was leaked.
Okay.
So yeah.
Tell me, go through the information. So I actually have not looked at it yet. I just saw what you put, and I skimmed over it, and I'm like, okay, cool, it's coming back. That's about it.
So this is the map. If you want to look at it, you can swipe to the left. That's like the map. So they've got tilted, and then they added a couple things, but it's like a smaller map. So that's what it is. Let me scroll up. I think this was the account that had it. Okay, so yeah, everything we need to know about Fortnite. Let me screenshot this and I'll throw it on screen as well. So there's going to be drops for tomorrow. OG graphics is leaked supposedly, and mini chapter 1 map like we saw. The OG loot is coming back. So the OG AR, pump, pistol, and other things. OG POIs.
POIs?
So Tilted Towers, Lonely Lodge, Pleasant Park, Retail, and Loot Lake. As well as new POIs, Sandy Sheets, and Lazy Laps. And then there's going to be infinite reboots. I assume until a certain circle.
Point, yeah.
Unless your team gets eliminated.
Well, unless they do it like a Warzone type thing where if there's a boot van nearby and it takes a certain amount of credit or money. I don't know how they're actually.
Well, that's in Fortnite. Wait, you can buy back in Rebirth.
Yeah, but it takes money. You need a certain amount of money.
Right.
Fortnite, I don't think there is.
No, you just need someone's card. You pick up their card when
okay.
they die.
So I wonder how that's gonna.
Yeah. But this is huge. Like, actually,
it'll go crazy.
Yo, there's going to be a lot of players playing tomorrow. There's going to be a lot of. I know Tim's going to stream it. Doc's going to stream it. Cypher, of course. Nick A30, Nick Merckx. All the big streamers are going to be streaming it tomorrow. It's going to pop up like original Fortnite OG when it came out in December of 2023, because that's when Fortnite OG was last out.
What was it?
2023, yeah, of last year.
So I forget who I was talking to. It may have been Connor, but it was like, oh, they're not going to bring it back next year. I'm like, yes, they will. It was huge. Like, everyone, peak numbers, I'm pretty sure. Everyone was playing it.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be stupid for them not to bring it back in another form. So.
Yeah. Fortnite, well, I don't want to say Epic, but Fortnite specifically, they're smart. They know what to, they know how to market their game and stuff. But I'm pretty sure you saw, I think you might have just forgotten, but like after a week or two, after Fortnite OG finished, they tweeted, Fortnite OG will be back, ... Oh,
that's right.
So they knew they were just trying to figure out how to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
And while I think this is good and it's a new mode for people to play, hopefully it's a permanent new mode that you can play. I hope they just bring back like just the OG map. Like chapter 3 or 4, or chapter 1, season 3 or 4, and just leave it in there.
I agree. That was that was peak Fortnite, prime Fortnite.
Yeah, all those seasons from season like 3 to like 7, those are like the best maps. And like the loot, how they did it was perfect. Like every 5 days, switch to a new map, new loot came out and everything. Bro, that was so much fun.
I can vividly remember there was one particular game we were playing. I want to say it was like season 9. I think it was December of 2020.
Oh wow.
We won like 9 straight or something.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I remember at that point I was just like, I knew Fortnite was not the same like it used to. And I knew that, I don't know, I just didn't feel as fun playing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think also a big catalyst for what we just read was OG graphics.
Yes.
I think that is also what makes the game so nostalgic. When people want to, I want Fortnite OG, like that is going to be a big piece for it.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. is when they're dropping the trailer. And that's when it's going to be live and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I can play Sunday.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I leave Sunday.
Yeah.
So I'll leave early in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, bro, I'm so hyped. I'm like, because that's my neighbor. That's the guy that lives below. He has like a Subaru, and that's his car. But yeah.
He's loud.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, that's all I had for Fortnite. We can't really talk about XDefiant. But the next thing that I had was moving on to sports. If you wanted to talk about anything else before we move on to sports, like I had a couple things at the end. I mean, they're all sports related. Moving on. So if there's anything non-sports you want to hit before we move on.
Nah.
Okay.
I think that's about it.
So we're here to talk about Trevor Lawrence's contract.
Oh.
So he got paid $275 million, $200 million guaranteed for 5 years for someone who has a 1-1 playoff record in 3 years and has a losing record in the NFL. So
Where does he rank among the highest paid quarterbacks?
he's tied for first next year. He's tied with, I forget. I think Joe Burrow.
Okay.
I believe so.
Overpay?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, big
Easy.
overpay. But I can see where they're going with it. He's, I don't want to say projected, but his ceiling is really high, and so they're kind of hoping he turns out to be an elite quarterback. But I don't know. This past season, it was a kind of a down season. Season before was a decent season, and I know. I mean, the Jaguars went from Urban Meyer to what they had like 2 wins to
Doug Peterson
and flipping it around, but that's an overpay.
Yeah.
He's not one of the elites yet.
No.
Not he's an inconsistent, solid starter. And he's improved compared to his first year and his second year. Big improvement, but he's still got more to prove.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go back to the money real quick. So tied for first is Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow at $55 million next year. Then from 53 to 51 is Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and Jalen Hurts. And Patrick Mahomes is currently tied for 9th, and he's going to make $45 million next year. So.
And how much is Trevor Lawrence making next year?
55.
Woo! $10 million's a lot.
Yeah.
$10 million's a lot.
Yeah. But Mahomes signed that 10-year contract.
It was a 10-year?
Yeah. It was 10-year, $450 million.
Oh.
But he restructured it this last season to make space for Travis Kelce for his new deal and Chris Jones for his new deal.
Got you. I must have forgotten he signed a 10-year deal.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
So just kind of like,
I'm pretty sure it was right after they won the Super Bowl.
So 2020?
Yeah, because
That makes sense.
He came in, won MVP, lost to Brady in the AFC Championship game. Next year, came in, won the Super Bowl. And then they were like, okay, let's lock him in. And they 10 years, $450 million. Yeah. Biggest contract in terms of years. There's still one quarterback that's getting paid. I think it's either Steve Young or Jim Kelly or like John Elway. They still get like paid yearly.
From who?
Like the XFL or something or USFL.
Oh.
Let me look it up. Old NFL quarterback still gets paid. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those quarterbacks. They still get like game checks because they signed like a lifetime contract or something.
Dang.
Or something like that. But yeah. So let's rank where Trevor Lawrence would be then.
All right.
I can look up like the 32 quarterbacks for you. Damn it. Let me get like an image. Actually, let me just do this. NFL ESPN QB stats. So what we can do is rank, like, let's give top 10 per se. So let's do by touchdowns. Okay. So there are your quarterbacks. I'll let you hold it. So in no order, well, actually at 1, I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes.
I agree.
Then from like 2 to 5, I'll go Joe Burrow.
Tom Brady.
I'll go Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. If we're saying healthy, I'm going Aaron Rodgers. And then maybe at like 5, I'll go like Lamar or like Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Would you take all those guys over Trevor Lawrence?
Yes.
Okay. So that was
5 right there.
That was 5. Okay. I think that was 6.
CJ Stroud, I take over.
So that's 7. Yep. I take Brock Purdy over.
Brock Purdy.
That's 8. I'm taking Dak over Trevor Lawrence.
I'm taking Dak too.
That's 9. I'm taking Russ personally.
Okay. I think so too. I mean, he's been proven, but I don't know. The Broncos situation was kind of weird. I think he'll do well with the Steelers.
He will.
Yeah, I'd probably take Russell Wilson over Lawrence.
Okay, that's 10. Do you want to take Tua over Trevor?
I would.
I would, and I'm a Tua
hater, quote unquote. Yeah.
So that's 11.
No, I would take Tua.
Okay.
Over Trevor.
Jared Goff. I would.
Jared Goff. I would take Jared Goff over too.
Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford. Yeah, I would too.
That's 12.
He's getting older, but
yeah,
like currently,
Mm-hmm.
I think I would.
Let's see what else. What other quarterbacks are on there that we haven't named?
Kirk Cousins.
I'm taking Kirko.
I would take Kirk too.
That's 13. What about Jalen Hurts? I think
I would take Jalen Hurts just because of the team success they've had.
okay. That's fair enough.
But when it comes to like overall skill,
Jalen can run the ball though.
yeah.
Like aside from the twist push, like he can run the ball.
Trevor can too. I mean,
Yeah.
Jalen's a little faster.
Yeah.
But I think I would take Jalen.
Okay, so that's 14.
I think we said Jalen though.
Did we?
I think so. Like when you mentioned the top 5 or the first 5, I think you said
No,
Lamar
I said
and Jalen.
Justin Herbert.
Oh, okay. Got you.
I said Justin Herbert. So that's 14.
Kyler Murray?
No. I need to see more from him. I'm taking Jordan Love over Trevor Lawrence.
I would too.
I'm taking Jordan Love over
I would
Trevor
too.
Lawrence. That's 15.
Josh Dobbs, baby.
Astronaut. or what was his name? Pastronaut. The Pastronaut.
Yeah.
Who else is in that division?
Sean Watson? I would say no.
Because he hasn't played.
He hasn't played.
Yeah, that's...
And he played what? He played 6 games last year,
Yeah.
and it was not very good.
Yeah, he was injured
Yeah.
while playing. So what else? We got Geno Smith. Probably not.
No, I wouldn't. Will Levis?
No.
I wouldn't either.
He's got a good arm though, but no.
Danny Dimes?
No, God, no. Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
For the most part, that's from this list. That's all I can really see.
Okay.
Derek Carr.
Oh, God, no. He
Yeah,
sucks.
he does suck.
Oh, God, he sucks.
Baker. No.
Hold on now. Baker has 3 playoff wins, maybe 4. I'm taking Baker over Trevor Lawrence.
Really?
I'm taking Baker over Trevor Lawrence.
I've kept up with the Bucks a little bit just because it's Donnie's team and they're an hour and a half from here. Baker had several, maybe not several, but there was like a handful of games where he had less than 100 passing yards in the fourth quarter alone, and then he somehow puts it on and gets 30 or 40 more yards, and he ends up with like 150. I'm gonna look that up real quick because there was a couple games where I'm like, Baker's not doing that good, but they won their division. I mean, their division wasn't good. But
Baker was top 7 in touchdowns, in passing touchdowns. He was 7th in passing touchdowns last season.
Gotcha. Let me.
Yeah. He was 1 touchdown pass behind Josh Allen and Tua. And he was only 9 passing touchdowns away from number 1. So that is a. I like Baker. I've been high on him.
I loved when the Browns drafted him number 1 because I thought he was the best quarterback in the draft. But I guess let's see.
So
QBR, he was 18th,
yeah,
middle of the pack. Interceptions, he didn't really turn the ball over too much.
right.
9th in yards, 7th in touchdowns. Let me see.
threw for 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. So that's pretty much a 3 touchdown to 1 interception ratio right there. And he was 1 interception away from going to the NFC Championship game and beating the Lions.
That's fair.
I'm taking Baker.
Okay, I'm looking at it now. Okay, so the 2 playoff games they had, or wait.
It was against the Eagles and then the Lions.
He had 337 against the Eagles. Shredded them. I forgot how bad that game was.
Yep.
And then Lions, he threw for 349.
Yeah.
See, one game that pops up was they beat Carolina at Carolina 9-0. He only threw for 137 yards.
Mm.
And then, why did? Oh, let me see all. Let's see. And then he had 144
against Atlanta.
And
then
he had 146 against Philly early in the season, but that's when Philly was really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess it wasn't that bad. Maybe he just turned it on in the second half a lot. But I just remember I checked in on a couple games. I'm like, he's got 86 passing yards in the middle of the fourth. I'm like, what's been going on?
Uh-huh.
But
they also really had no run game. So if you have no run game, you can take an extra backer out and throw in like a dime or like a strong safety and like clog that secondary. So it's harder to pass.
Yeah. I would take Trevor over Baker though. I like Baker though. I think he's a good quarterback. I'm not sure if he's the one that's going to lead you to a Super Bowl. So.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, I want to see how many playoff wins he has. That's what I want to see. Baker Mayfield. I think he has 4, if I'm not mistaken, because he in Cleveland they went to 2
He's only
playoffs.
won twice.
2 playoff wins?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you said 4, I was like, I think that's high. He only has 2. He got the win against Pittsburgh,
and then he lost to Kansas City the next game. Let's see.
And then
it's 2-2.
Yeah, and then he beat Philly, and then he lost to the.
So still, that's
Detroit.
2 more playoff games than Trevor Lawrence has even played in. Because Baker played in 2 in Cleveland and then 2 in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
So, but either way, that leads us to the point where. So then I would have Baker at 16 and Trevor Lawrence at 17, and then you would have Trevor Lawrence at 16. So we're paying $275 million for an average quarterback. Literally 16. An average quarterback.
Yeah.
That's an overpay. That's crazy that you would pay that much money for someone who Yeah. He's gone 9-8 these last 2 seasons. So just 1 game above 500.
Baker has?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. So but all right,
yeah, he was 17th in QBR. I think Baker was like
18th.
18th? Okay. Yeah. 4,000 yards, 10th in the league, 21 touchdowns, tied for 15th, and then 14 interceptions, which is not terrible. It's average, I would say.
Yeah. Give me your top 10 quarterbacks in order.
In order?
I'll give you mine first.
Okay.
Okay. Number 1, Mahomes. Obviously, if you don't, you're just an idiot. Let me go back so I have the whole list. Okay. At 1, I'm going to go Mahomes. At 2, I'm going to go if we're saying healthy.
Healthy. I would say, yeah, we're going healthy.
At 2, I'd probably go Joe Burrow. At 3, I'd go Josh Allen. Okay. Could you write this down for me, if possible? So that way I don't forget.
Okay, you said 1.
Mahomes.
2, Burrow. 3, Josh Allen.
Yeah. At 4. Damn, bro. If healthy, at 4, I'm going Aaron Rodgers. If healthy. You could even make an argument for him to be 2. At 5. Damn, this is tough. People are going to hate me for this. Wow, I feel like you can go anywhere here. People are high on Lamar. I'm more so, my personal opinion, am into passing quarterbacks, which is why I don't have Lamar that high. He is a passing quarterback. He is a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's not, but that's what I lean to more.
But he's not an elite passer like Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Rodgers.
If we're doing tiers, I think he's second tier.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I need my 5, right?
You need your 5th one, yeah.
Okay. I gotta pick. At 5, I'm going Kirk Cousins.
Kirko!
I think Kirk was a good quarterback. He was having an MVP type season last year before he got injured. Damn, this is tough. At 6, oh my God. At 6, I'm going. No. Scratch that. 5, Brock Purdy.
Oh.
5, Brock Purdy. Now I feel more comfortable putting Kirk Cousins at 6. At 7, I'm gonna go Matthew Stafford. At 7, I'll go Lamar.
No, 7 Stafford, 8
Okay,
Lamar. Okay.
8 Lamar. At 9, I will go Jared Goff. And at 10, I will go with. God, you can go anywhere here. Damn. At 10, I'll go CJ Stroud.
CJ.
I'll put him right at 10. But I feel like that 5 to, I think 10. I think CJ at 10 is good. But that 5 to 9 can be rearranged.
Yeah.
Can be rearranged for sure. And then right at like 11, 12, 13, I'll have like Tua, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts in no order. So could you read me back my list?
Yep. You had Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Brock Purdy, Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff, and CJ Stroud.
Okay, I like that.
Okay. I was just trying to find a list, but you got it. Okay.
Unlock that so I can write down your list. Okay.
Number 1, Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah. The best quarterback in the NFL is Tua Tagovailoa. No questions asked.
Man, I saw that Dolphins Ravens game. Was that week 1? Where he like came back, they were down like 21-0 or 21 points.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Yeah.
2 years ago? Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes. Ooh, that was last year.
No.
Okay.
Last year we lost by 40.
Oh.
Like week 18 or
Oh
something.
gosh. Okay. 1, Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
no words. 2. This is hard.
That's what she said.
My voice cracked there too. Yikes. I love Joe Burrow.
Okay.
I do. Someone put him at 2.
Okay.
Josh Allen's 3.
Okay.
I agree with you. Top 3.
Okay.
4. I'm gonna go. Dak Prescott. I'm kidding.
It didn't seem like you were joking in that one though.
No, I think Dak Prescott's. I think he may be like borderline top 10. I think
I can agree.
it's just I don't know. It's kind of hard to place him. He seems like he's really good, but then like they just choke
in the playoffs.
So it's just I don't know. I'm going to go. This is hard.
Remember, don't forget about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Sorry, I forgot about Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I didn't. Is he on this list?
No, because he played 4 snaps.
Okay, that's right.
So we have the same top 4 in order.
Okay. I will go. Dang, this is tough.
Yeah. Like I said, from 5 to 9, you can rearrange in any.
Yeah.
You can. It's tough.
I love Kirko, man.
Kirko's good, man.
I'm going Kirk.
Kirko Bean. Okay. Kirk Cousins at 5.
Then I will do Lamar Jackson.
I knew you were gonna say Lamar. I knew it. Let's
Really?
go. Yeah.
That was which one?
That was number 6.
6. 7. I'm gonna go. This is terrible.
So for the viewers, currently Garrett has Mahomes at 1, Joe Burrow at 2, Josh Allen at 3, Aaron Rodgers at 4, Kirk Cousins at 5, Lamar Jackson at 6. So he has 4 spots remaining.
I'm going to go with
Brock?
Brock. I totally forgot about Brock.
Do you want to rearrange that?
Let me see the list.
Do you want to put Brock at like 5 or 6?
Put Brock at 6 and put Lamar at 7.
Fair enough. Okay.
But do I put Kirk in front of him?
You want Brock at 5?
I don't know. Because Brock's got a really good team. Kirk has been solid for.
But here's the thing. I want to talk to you, but mainly the viewers. Everyone says Brock, he has the Avengers. What about Joe Burrow? Like, what about Josh Allen last year? What about, like, all these other quarterbacks that have really good offensive weapons? Like, we ridicule.
Yeah. People forget Patrick Mahomes has
Travis Kelce,
and
Andy Reid, and all of, like, Rashee Rice. Like, he's got weapons.
he does have weapons.
Like, people ridicule.
Kadarius Toney when he's not.
Yeah.
Not doing whatever.
Yeah. People will ridicule Brock Purdy just because he has a good team, but all these other top 5 quarterbacks have good players and good teams, but it's, they're so great. They're so great. It's not, they have good players. Like, it's...
Put Brock Purdy at 5, I think.
Brock Purdy at 5. I like
Because
that.
he's had continued team success.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's been, Jimmy came in, got hurt, and he was doing better than, who was there? The first quarterback?
Trey Lance. And then before that was like CJ Beathard.
Oh, wow. I didn't. Yeah. So Trey Lance, he wasn't that good, got hurt. Jimmy went in, won a couple games, was doing good, got hurt. Then Brock Purdy came in.
Yeah.
Did really good. So yeah, I think even though he does have a great offense and a great defense he's still performing. Because if you put someone else in this place, like, they're not going to perform as well.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
accurate. He does it. People say, he's just a game manager. He does his job. He doesn't throw interceptions.
Yeah. Like,
it's just, yeah.
Like, he does have the best running back in the NFL.
He doesn't need to have this team on his back. Like, he doesn't to carry his team. People expect quarterbacks just to, like, absolutely carry their team.
Right.
But Brock, thankfully, does not need to do that. So he's got he's got the weapons. Yeah. He does his job perfectly fine. He's a great, accurate passer.
Good runner.
Good runner. So it's just, you can't ask for more.
Right. Like, obviously, if you put the top 3 on there, or top 4, if you put anyone above him, so if you put Mahomes, Joe Burrow, or Josh Allen, or Aaron Rodgers, obviously that team is going to be better. But we're talking about a 24-year-old quarterback who's third year in the NFL, just led his team to the freaking Super Bowl and lost on the last play.
And got married.
Yeah. Lost in overtime and got married on the field after he lost. So, anyways. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have Brock at 5. I put Kirk at 6 and Lamar at 7.
Okay, that's good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go Jared Goff.
Okay, I like that. Jared Goff at 8. At 9, Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, let's go. I want to say Tua, man. I really want to say Tua.
It's your list.
I think Tua is really good, but in moments they need him, I feel like he shies away.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Not found. 404 error.
Not found. Literally, he'll throw for 500 yards, and he's like, "Oh my, he's the best quarterback in the league." And then he'll throw like 153 picks and like a touchdown. You're like,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna go.
It's tough. Matthew Stafford's a slinger. C.J. Stroud can sling it.
Oh, C.J. Stroud. I'm gonna go C.J. Stroud
At 9?
at 9, and then I'm gonna go Matthew Stafford 10.
Nice.
I just think Matthew Stafford kind of getting older and kind of has fallen off a little bit, but
So we have the same players in our top 10. So from 1 through 6, we have the same order.
okay.
And then from 7 through 10, we have a different order.
I want Tua to be top 10. He just needs to be better
Yeah.
at being consistent.
And like I said when I was doing my list, like after 10, you can put like Dak, Tua, Jalen Hurts,
Yeah.
Justin Herbert.
Herbert, his numbers weren't good last year, like terribly good, but I know he's not on the best. He's not on the best team,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. That was good. I like that. Those are good lists. Those are good lists. So in terms of NFL, that's all I had. Oh, nice. And we can move on to NBA. The first thing we can talk about, we can put the NBA Finals on pause. We can talk about that after. Is your boy, JJ Redick.
JJ,
Now the head coach
dude,
of the Los Angeles Lakers. He signed a 4-year deal, which is rumored to be about $8 million per year. So about 4 years, $32 million. If that math is mathin'. 4 times 8 is 32. So decent money for a player who's a young coach who's shown that he knows his X's and O's. Did a podcast with Braun. So, congrats to him getting that opportunity. So we'll see how it runs out. But
and the reason why he says JJ is my boy, so obviously growing up in the Orlando area, seeing that 2009, 2010, like Dwight Howard era, JJ Redick was on the team. I had a spot. Growing up, I had a spot in my driveway dedicated to JJ Redick. For some reason, we just called it the JJ Redick spot.
mm-hmm.
And I recently, a couple of years ago, bought his jersey. I got one on eBay. And so he's one of my favorite players.
But yeah, so the Los Angeles Lakers hired their 8th coach in 13 years since Phil Jackson left them a year after they won their championship with Kobe. So what are the expectations for this team? Like, what is a win for them after next season?
Like, are you talking about how many games they're going to win?
I'll give you my answer, and then I'll kind of give you. So my, like, a win for them, meaning, like, I think they have to finish 6 or 7 seed, and they have to either go 7 games or they have to win a playoff series. I think if they do that, it's a win for them.
I think it's realistic, and I think that's a win too.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
So I think JJ obviously being in the league, he knows what he's doing in terms of X's and O's. I know he said it somewhat recently. It might have been a couple of years ago that Coach K at Duke, he taught him a lot. JJ's not scared of confrontation either. So
No, he's not.
he said that in a video, in an interview a little bit ago too. And so I think he can manage the locker room as well as on the court X's and O's.
I agree, yeah. And he, especially like a year or two ago, when he first got on First Take, he was, kind of talking about, all we talk about is the damn Lakers. Like, let's talk about other teams. All we talk about is the Lakers. But he gave like a lot of great advice on like how he thinks, players they should have gone after in free agency, and then what they should have done in certain games down the stretch, what plays they should have drawn up. So yeah, he definitely knows his X's and O's, and I guess we were. Oh, it's an airplane.
Oh, I thought it was raining.
I thought it was like a bomb or something.
Run!
I thought it was Putin about to come and drop one on us. But
dude, that freaking thing on the coast of Florida, the nuclear submarine, the Russia.
Oh yeah.
Gotta watch out.
Yeah. Yeah, JJ Redick. So I feel like he's gonna go in and he's gonna do a good job. I think they have to make the playoffs. Like if they don't make the playoffs,
100%.
it's gonna be like what's going on here?
Yeah.
But he's after I saw a tweet like after he accepted the position, he was already looking for like a supporting staff for his staff. So
I was surprised he did take the job though, because I know what he's doing right now. He loves it. Commentating with Mike Breen and Doris, like being the A team on ESPN. He just commentated the finals.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't in his podcast. He's got 2 podcasts. So I didn't. It's the Lakers job, obviously a great opportunity. I'm just scared for him because I don't want the Lakers to take him in, chew, and spit him out like they have for the last several head coaches they've had, because they don't instantly win a championship.
yeah, because this is Braun's 3rd head coach in like 6 years, because he got there in 2018 after Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got there, I don't remember who it was. Then they got Frank Vogel. Then after Frank Vogel, it was Darvin Ham. And then now it's JJ Redick. I think it might have been one other coach.
It was Luke Walton.
That's right. Yeah, Luke Walton. It was Luke Walton. Then they fired him. And then
It was Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel won the championship. Then left.
Then they fired him.
Hired
And
Darvin
then
Ham.
Darvin Ham.
And then now they're on JJ Redick.
Darvin Ham only lasted a year.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, looking back at the history of the Lakers, the only coach that stayed for more than 3 years was Phil Jackson. From 2000 to 2004, and then he came back from 2006 to 2011. And besides that, Mike Brown was there for a year. Bernie Biggerstaff was there for, I guess, half a season because he was interim. Then there's Mike D'Antoni for a year.
That's right.
Byron Scott for a year. Luke Walton for 2 years. Frank Vogel for 2 years. And then Darvin Ham for a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Darvin Ham sandwich. But yeah, the Lakers, it's just crazy because you always want to, fire these head coaches because it's the coach's fault. And while I think coaching is more, if we're talking about the 2 big sports here, I think coaching is more important in the NFL than it is in the NBA. And it's like, why are you getting rid of these coaches, man? Like I understand lineups are, they have influence over the lineups and everything, but they're not out there like playing.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing when the Bucks fired Mike Budenholzer and then hired Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Or they hired the other coach, then fired him
Like mid-season.
Mid-season, hired Doc Rivers.
And I think it's very, obviously, it's very player influence.
Yeah.
Obviously, LeBron, they want to make LeBron happy.
Yeah.
If LeBron's not happy, LeBron, we will do anything to keep you.
Yeah.
And so whether it's getting rid of Frank Vogel
Mm-hmm.
or making some trades, like it's LeBron's going to make it happen.
Yeah. So NBA Finals just wrapped up. Boston Celtics won in 5 games. Very, I would say, handsomely. So what do we think about that? What do we think about Luka? Will he be back? Kyrie was non-existent. And then we can talk about the Celtics.
Luka is going to be back. I don't think Mark Cuban's going to let Luka go.
Well, he doesn't own the team anymore.
He's a minority holder, I'm pretty sure, though.
Oh, okay.
I think he just sold. I think he's not the majority owner, but I think he sold a percentage. But
Okay.
so I don't know. Maybe Mark Cuban can work his magic. I don't know, but I don't think they can let Luka walk like that. I don't think Luka's going to. Kyrie.
By back, sorry to interrupt. I meant like back to the finals next year.
Oh, back to the final.
I
They
should have
meant like
specified that.
okay.
That's my
I thought
bad.
you meant coming back, as in like maybe he's on like a free agent year or something. But I do not think they'll be back. I don't think a lot of people had the Mavericks going to the finals.
I did. Me and Adam.
All right. And I think they're they got there, I guess, a little quicker than they should have. Like they're ahead of schedule, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
In this final series, I didn't really watch much of it, but it just goes to show how stacked the Celtics were, getting Drew Holiday and Porzingis in the offseason. I think that the Celtics were already a finals team without them, and that just solidified them. And so I'm sure everyone had the Celtics winning it all. And if they didn't, I feel like it would have been a bust year, honestly.
Yeah.
Because of their past history. But the Mavericks, they don't have much offense outside of Luka and Kyrie.
Yeah.
And so if one of them is not going, it's going to be tough to try and find that third person to really get the ball in the basket.
Well, in the regular season, Tim Hardaway Jr. was their third leading scorer.
Oh.
And then he disappeared off the face of the earth in the playoffs.
I didn't even realize he was playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I knew he was on the Mavericks, at least in the past, I knew he was on the Mavericks. I didn't realize that he just disappeared. Was he getting playing time?
Yeah. In the finals, he didn't make his first basket till like game 4 or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he did. He played horrible. PJ Washington was
stepped up. That's right.
Yeah, he stepped up. But Kyrie didn't play well. I think Kyrie averaged 16 points a game. Like, that's not good. I know you're looking the stats up now, but the Mavs, I like. That's a very good statement to say. Like, they were ahead of schedule. The trade for Daniel Gafford midseason was good, and then they drafted
Derek Lively. That was a great pickup.
That was a great pickup. Jesus was talking about him when he was on my podcast. I didn't know who either of those two people are or were at the time. Now I do. But great pickup for them. Great rim protectors, great defenders. Run the pick and really well with Luka. I think that's what complements him so well. But yeah, they have a decent supporting staff. If Kyrie would have showed up and just averaged 23 points per game, I think it would have been a series. Mm-hmm. But fortunately, it wasn't because Luka was having to do all the work, and no one was really shooting the 3-ball well aside from PJ Washington. But
thoughts on Jaylen Brown getting the Finals MVP?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I mean, like you said, the Celtics were such a good team, so. In terms of just numbers, Jason Tatum did average more points, rebounds, and assists, but Jaylen Brown did it better on better true shooting and field goal percentage.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Jaylen Brown's a better defender as well.
Yeah, he is. Okay. So I'm not upset. In terms of votes, out of the 12 votes, Jaylen Brown got 7 and Jason Tatum got 5.
Okay, so it's fairly close.
Yeah.
Literally, if one vote changed, it would have been a 6-6. So it's like...
Yeah. And there's never been co-finals MVPs, so that would have been interesting.
And then, this does not mean Jason Tatum's not the best player. I think Jason Tatum is the best player on their team.
I agree.
But not by much.
I agree.
I think Jaylen Brown's still really good.
It's 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
And the thing about the Celtics, they're probably going to be represent the East again next year, unless
most likely
the Sixers make some sort of move. And they're not pursuing PG anymore, but if they make some sort of move and Embiid stays healthy or whatever. Anyways, they did all that in the playoffs without Kristaps Porzingis, mind you. He was injured for
they won 10 straight.
Yeah, without him. And then he comes back in the finals, erupts game 1 and then gets hurt game 2 and only plays game 5.
Did he get hurt or did he rest? I didn't see. I just thought he wasn't playing. I didn't know what happened.
I thought he was hurt.
He might have been. I don't know. I just figured they wanted to rest him. I don't know.
But yeah, so they did all that pretty much without Kristaps Porzingis. And it's crazy. Derek White losing all his teeth. He's playing well.
Losing his hair, losing his teeth. Dude.
Yeah. Did you see he chipped his tooth?
I did see that.
Yeah. So they've got a squad. Al Horford. But yeah, he played good. Shot the 3-ball really well. Derek White really shot the 3-ball exceptionally. Jaylen Brown erupted when he needed to and took control of the game. Jason Tatum played well. Drew Holiday played well. He was a good facilitator. He also shot the 3-ball really well. That team is just so stacked.
So Luka, Jason Tatum was the best player on the Celtics for the finals. Averaged 22 points, almost 8 rebounds, and 7 assists.
Mm-hmm.
And Luka. Not loud enough?
There you go.
Okay. And Luka was the best player on the Mavericks. 29 points, almost 9 rebounds, and about 5 assists.
Okay.
5.5. Yeah, Mavericks just couldn't do anything offensively against the Celtics defense. I mean, you got 7-3 Porzingis in the paint.
Yeah.
You got Jaylen Brown on the wing. It's just you can't defend them.
Yeah, they'll probably be back. And the Knicks, they're probably going to lose Hartenstein as well.
Yeah, there's rumors that he might go to the Magic. Not rumors, but there's been a lot of the Magic report on Instagram. I don't know, I guess they're a fan page and they follow and suggest on stuff. And so they want the Magic to sign him to a 3-year, like $60 million deal.
That's cheap.
Because they don't think the Knicks are going to be able to pay him what he wants. And so, yeah.
I know we've had this discussion before, but it's like, I want to win over anything. Like, if I'm Isaiah, I'm like, dude, give me the most you can give me and fine. Like, if you can give me 3 years, 50 mil, that's cool. I want to win a championship, and I know we can do it here.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
money talks.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like a thing where, like, would you rather be happy and competing on a competitive team, or would you rather make a lot more money and not like your job? Yeah, it's like kind of like the thing where it's like make a lot of money but not be happy, or be happy and not make as much money.
Yeah.
To me, I'm taking my happiness over money.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 times. I mean, if another team offered me more money and I still think they could compete,
right.
Sure.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't want to sign. If I was Hartenstein, the Knicks just had a playoff run with several injuries.
Yeah.
And let's say like some bottom tier team offered him. I'm not going for what, $5 million more. No, I'm good. I'm staying here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So now let's talk about the Magic. We can talk about them and their playoff run. So they played the Cavs very well. First 2 games were not so well. Games 1 and 2, pretty much. We were like, oh yeah, this is gonna be Cavs in 4.
Yeah. Game 3, we went to Game 3. Blew them out of the water.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Great game.
Game 4,
Same thing.
I think it was close a little bit longer in the first half, but then we started to, run off with it. Game 5, I think Game 5 we barely lost, and we should have. We needed it. I knew that game was going to be crucial because the way the series has been played out, the home team kept winning.
Mm-hmm. I want to talk about that after, home court advantage. But go ahead.
I knew that game was crucial, and it hit on the wire, and we just could not finish. And I knew
lost by like 3 points.
Yeah,
right?
It was very, very close,
yeah.
And I knew that game was probably one of the most important games just because of how close it was. Game 6, we won Game 6 at home, which was a relief. I mean, it's a elimination game, and so I wasn't sure how the Magic were going to deal with that pressure. Responded well. Game 7, it was. Game 7 was tough. Game 7,
how much did you lose by?
I want to say
10,
something like that. We were up 18 at one point.
That's right.
We were up 18 in the second quarter.
That's right. I remember.
And Donovan Mitchell just went on a tear.
They put horse tranquilizer.
Dude, every time at halftime, I'm like, Chris, Donovan Mitchell starts going off again. Second half, I'm like, Chris, is that stuff?
I told you they pumped him with that stuff. They just took a bull tranquilizer. They just went, and then
he comes out because Donovan Mitchell was playing hurt
on a bum knee.
Yeah. And so going into the playoff series, I was hoping he wouldn't be doing that good because I knew he was injured. But
yeah,
Donovan Mitchell, he willed his way through. So props to him.
But nonetheless, the Magic went 7 with the Cavs, which was a good series. And then the Cavs ended up losing in 6 to the Celtics. No, 5. 5.
Did they win a game?
Because the Celtics went 16-3 in the playoffs.
Okay.
So They lost one to the Heat. They lost one to the Cavs, and then they lost one to the Mavs. So
Yeah, they won 4-1.
Yeah. What was I going to say? But Donovan Mitchell was injured, and he didn't play like 2 games. And the game they won, he wasn't playing, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh.
If I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. But so the Magic, we talked about it. Their needs. So their needs are shooting, obviously. And we talked about Clay. We've talked about Clay a lot.
So one more thing. Cavs won game 2, surprisingly.
Okay.
It was in Boston.
Without Donovan Mitchell? Can you check the roster?
I'm checking the box score right now.
Box score?
No, Donovan Mitchell played.
Okay. All right,
He went 10 for 19, 38 points.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so the Magic, biggest need is shooting. And we talked about, I think it might have been maybe Vic or Adam I had on. We talked about their biggest need being shooting. And we talked about Klay Thompson. It's been probably the biggest story surrounding the Magic in terms of who they're targeting free agency besides the fake rumors of Paul George. But how would you feel about that? I know you said you were kind of okay with it, but how would you feel about them signing Klay for a decent deal?
I'm not opposed to it. I think he offers great shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Good defender. I'm not sure how much of a defender he is now post, injuries he's had.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's the Band-Aid to I don't think he's just the complete solution. I don't think just getting Klay is going to solve our problems.
Mm-hmm.
I think we also need another... Well, I don't know. In my head, I want a guard that can defend at a high level and facilitate the offense and run the offense through them, because we have Paolo. Paolo can do it, but
he needs a number 2, like a solidified number 2.
He does, because he's getting double teamed. Because when we need help, when we're not doing nothing, the ball goes to Paolo, because he's 6'10" and can dribble and do everything at a high level. So I want a guard that can shoot and facilitate the offense. Now, Jalen Suggs, he did improve his numbers, his 3-point percentage, shot almost 40% from 3 this past season.
Really good.
But he's not really your point guard facilitator. He's more of a shooting guard, and he's more of like a Marcus Smart. He's going to shoot the ball and just be the scrappy defender that every team needs. But Klay, I'm not against getting Klay. I just don't know how that would fit, because Jalen needs to start. He second team all defense, which should have been first team, but they removed the positions in their voting.
Mm-hmm.
All the guards were second team, but I don't know. I was texting one of my friends earlier who's a huge Magic fan as well. I was like, how do you feel about DeJounte Murray? Because
he can create his own shot too. That's what you need. You need someone else who can also create their own shot.
Create his own shot. Great defender. Him and Paolo grew up in Seattle, so they got ties there. He can facilitate the offense. His last year with the Spurs, he averaged about 9 assists a game.
Oh, wow.
And then when we got to Atlanta, he didn't average as much because you have Trae Young as well. And so if we're trying to fit the mold of the Magic, who's a lengthy defender, a good lengthy defender, and can get some offense going, I think he's a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
I know Paul George is a reach.
No, but I mean that's ideally who you would want,
because he's like 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah,
can essentially be a guard and run the offense.
Yep.
He would also fit the Magic DNA and positionless offense and defense. Can provide both. So, yeah.
And also in terms of salary cap for next season, for the 2024-2025 season, your highest paid player next season is Jonathan Isaac at $17 million, Cole Anthony at $13 million, Paulo at $12 million, Wendell Carter Jr. at $12 million, Joe Ingles at $11 million.
He's got a team option, and this season, this summer, I think we waive him.
Okay.
I think that's the. I mean, we're paying him a lot of money
Yeah. To do a lot of nothing.
to do a whole lot of nothing, but I mean, watching him out there, it's kind of funny when he makes a shot. I'm like, oh, he's like an old man. That
He looks like someone's dad.
Yeah, I know, and he's not as good as he used to be.
Yeah. Then Jalen Suggs at $9 million, Mo Wagner at $8 million, Anthony Black at $7 million, Franz at $7 million, Jet Howard at $5 million, and then Caleb Houston at $2 million. So that's who you guys have under contract for next season.
I think Cole Anthony had a bad season last season.
Yeah.
We paid him, and then he was doing decent, and then he cut his hair. I like Cole. I love his personality. If we move from him, I wouldn't be like sad or anything. He's a good player off the bench to spark some offense because he can create his own shot and everything. But he just wasn't that player we know. But maybe I should just give him another year. Gary Harris needs to go.
Yeah.
He did a whole lot of nothing. We signed him to be a 3-and-D guy. He forgot how to shoot, so we need a shooter. He's supposed to be our shooter, but he forgot how to. So, keep Jonathan Isaac. I think, even though he played limited numbers, this is really his first full season back in action. From multiple injuries. And his numbers in terms of defensive, like, I'm not sure what the correct term is, but he's one of the top players in the league when he's out on the floor in terms of, like, I guess opponent's points per game or defensive percentage. I forget. I don't know the stat. Some advanced metric. Him being out there, he's one of the top players in the league in terms of defense. So I want to keep him. He's turned into more of a 3-and-D guy. He's been hitting a lot more threes recently, which has been good. As his role has kind of changed over the years. When we first drafted him, he kind of was like supposed to be, create your own shot, kind of like just kind of a do-it-all type of guy. But I don't think that's his mold now, especially with all the injuries. But I don't know, we'll see. I like Jonathan Isaac. Let's see who else needs to go. I don't know, but we got to make some moves this offseason for sure.
Yeah. What about a Buddy Hield? Good shooter.
Great shooter. I don't know him too well, what his defense is like. And what he's like. He's always been a average role player, I feel like, in terms of shooting. I don't know if he solves a lot of our problems either. So I'm not really for it or against it. If we get him, like, okay, cool, we got shooting, but I don't know how he'll fit in rotation.
Yeah.
Or where
yeah. So the last 2 seasons, so the Magic went and they increased about 15, 16 wins 2 years ago. And then this year again, about 15, 16 more wins. So they've switched from being like a 13, 14 seed to being, what was it? What were they, a 4 seed this year? 5 seed?
I think we ended up being like a 7 seed.
Oh, but nonetheless,
but
still.
we had 2 through like 9 or 2 through 8 really within like 3 or 4 games of each other.
Yeah.
If we won out that last span of the regular season, we could have gotten the 2 seed, which would have been insane.
Yeah.
But we actually took too many losses and ended up the 7 seed.
Ended up losing to the Bulls in Toronto, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I don't remember exactly, but
I remember.
We definitely took too many losses near the end of the season there.
Yeah. Because the last 4 games, if you would have gone 3-1, you would have clinched the 3 or better.
Okay.
Because I remember having Donnie on, and I asked him what he thought was going to happen.
I think we played Bucks twice.
And then I know it was either the Bulls or Toronto. I remember it being a red team. It wasn't the Hawks, though. But yeah, so over the last 2-3 years, have switched from being one of the absolute worst teams in the NBA to a playoff team, and have really changed the narrative, especially for like fans just here in Orlando, because I haven't really been paying attention to the Magic. I mean, I have, but they've just been so dog water that I just don't care. But now that they're good, I'm like, okay, like finally.
Yeah. There was a point in my life where after Dwight Howard left, I mean, when he left, I think it was 2012 maybe.
Yeah.
So I was 11, 12, like, and I only kept up with so much as I could as a 12-year-old kid. No cell phone, not really. I mean, I had a computer, but I don't know. It's hard to keep up with as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I lost interest for about maybe 3-4 years, and then I started getting back into it. But we were mid. We were not that good. We had Vucevic, we had Tobias Harris, we had
Evan Fournier,
Aaron Gordon, Mario Hezonja. And so we were kind of like middle of the pack at best.
Yeah.
We were probably like
still making the playoffs though.
Well, when I started getting back into it, 2016, 2017. Oh, Victor Oladipo too.
Right. Yep.
We were like just missing playoffs, and it wasn't good enough to get like a high draft pick. And when we did get a decent draft pick, we drafted someone like Mo Bamba. So we were just kind of like in this. We were stuck, and we let it ride out. And then finally, we made playoffs. Made 7 and 8 seed back-to-back years. 2019, 2020. Blew up the team 2021. So it's nice to actually be rooting for a Magic team that's actually good.
Yeah.
And I actually kept up a lot of the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been good.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna transition here. Talk about how your faith is important to you, and like if you grew up, with your faith, or how your parents or all that stuff.
Yeah, so I grew up at a First Baptist church, First Baptist Church of Kissimmee. Pretty much my whole life. I mean, I remember being in like the kindergarten class, and so I was raised in church. But my faith has been important to me. It's really kept perspective on life, and like has really guided my decision making and everything.
Yep.
I've been through some stuff that kind of like rock your world, and so having faith helps with that.
Yeah.
Because you go through like questioning, you go through why this happened to me, and then I don't know, God called me to the Baptist University of Florida, where I was at Valencia, transferred to that university, finished my education. Currently work there on staff right now in the marketing department. So it's been, in these past probably 3-4 years, have been probably the best years of my life. Being surrounded with like-minded believers that are there for the same purpose as you are. I was there I felt a call to ministry, but didn't know what that looked like. And so I ended up just getting my business degree. I didn't feel called to being a pastor or anything. And I just, God opened doors and has led me the last 3-4 years. If you told me 5 years ago I was going to be living in the Florida Panhandle, I would have said you're crazy, because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
But God works in ways that you don't expect, and it's been a blessing on my life too, to say the least. So
yeah, that last sentence you just said, God works in ways you don't expect. That's like faith in a nutshell. Like, you have to have faith.
You got to step out in faith.
Yeah.
When I felt God, so give some backstory. I was working at Publix 2017, senior year of high school. I was in a dark place. My dad had passed away 11 months prior. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. High school graduation was right around the corner. So I was like, I thought about maybe being a youth pastor, maybe, because I loved being at youth group and at the church and everything. And then one lady, a customer at Publix, said I was just helping her groceries out. And she was like, she didn't know my backstory or nothing. She was just like, she pulled off and she stopped, rolled down her window and was like, whatever you do, put God first, and he's calling you to ministry. And she just drove off. And I was like, in my own head for like the next 30 minutes to an hour, I was like, I can't believe that just happened. Like, that's just unheard. You don't think of something like that will happen to you.
That's stories like you hear of.
Yeah, you don't like, oh, that's not gonna happen. Like, that's not true or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. So I was shook. I was like, oh my gosh. And so I told my pastor about it. And I was still mentally not in a good place until maybe early 2020, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing a lot better mentally. And then my pastor came to me at the time, summer of 2020. And
Pastor Heath?
Pastor Heath, yeah. Gave me a view book of the Baptist College of Florida. And just kind of was like, if you feel like God's calling you to ministry, go here. And so I knew it wasn't a choice for me, which I was fine with. I'm like, I was kind of excited. I was like, okay, cool. I don't know.
Didn't even tour.
Yeah.
Didn't even tour the place.
Didn't even tour. I wanted to go visit campus during, what was it?
During the summer?
I think it was going to be after Thanksgiving, but this is COVID semester still. It was the first semester back from COVID. And so after Thanksgiving, they just said everyone stay home because everyone comes back from Thanksgiving and then I go back for Christmas. It was so campus was dead. There was no one on campus. So I was like, okay, there's no point in driving there to tour if there's no one going to be there. So my first day on campus,
Sorry, you're good.
was moving day. And so my RA is one of my close friends up there still. Go to church with him. His wife, when I got there, they were dating. She was in the same business classes as I was, close with her. And so I just developed I have one person that moved away to Homosassa. I was extremely close with him. So I've met a lot of great people and have developed a lot of great friendships the past 3-4 years that are going to push you to be better, which are walking in Christ. And so I'm very thankful for that, for the whole experience, really. And so, yeah, first day on campus was me moving in.
Nice.
So
I want to go back to what you said when you said it wasn't really my choice to go there, because I think what a lot of people need to really understand in terms of faith is you can have faith and you can pray and you can go through the motions, but until you actually start to make decisions with God in mind and have him make this decision for you, so to speak, it's hard to explain, but when you really start to put him first, when you really start to praise him, when you really, start to spread the gospel and all that stuff, he will make those decisions for you and it'll be easy. And it's whoa,
you just got to follow and obey.
Exactly.
That's really all it is. Cause obviously growing up in the greater Orlando area, I've got everything within the tip of my fingers. And I didn't really have a strong desire to move to the Panhandle, but I knew what was being presented to me was going to be exciting because change. I think another thing is that people have to learn to adapt to is change. Change can be a good thing and it is a good thing. I think what helped me, where I saw God preparing me to make that decision to move off to college was when I moved from Kissimmee to Claremont and moved neighborhoods, worked at a different Publix. I think God was using that situation to prepare me to eventually move off to college, because when I moved from my childhood home that I lived in for 18 years to move to Claremont and not know anybody in the area, not know anybody at the Publix, I was not happy about it. I wanted to stay where I was. I was content with where I was. I was against change. But when that change was presented to me, I was against it. When I get there, the Publix I worked at, I made so many good friends very fast. I only worked there for
6 months,
4 or 5 months, and then I moved off to college. And so it was very bitter. It was very bittersweet. I didn't want to leave those friends behind that I just made.
Yeah.
But I think going into a completely new environment that I knew nobody and saw that I was okay, I was like, oh, the benefits, I made all these friends that I would have never made before if I did not move. And I'm like, okay, there's benefits to change. And so I think God was preparing me to make that bigger move
Right.
by showing me that little baby step. Like, okay, here's change. And then, okay, here's take a couple more steps. There's bigger change. And so, yeah, just following God and stepping out in faith, really. I mean, you can have your own desires, but God's going to get his way, really. And it turned out to be the best decision I could have made in the past 3-4 years, really. I mean, I like the small college feel. There's only about 100 students on campus, which is crazy. And so you get to know really everybody on campus on a somewhat personal level. So it's been very fruitful in my life.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. I honestly don't have anything else to talk about, so I hate to like end like that. But if there's anything else you want to talk about or anything else, then we can talk about it. Other than that, I mean, that's all I have.
I think that's it.
All
Yeah,
right.
just if you're ever questioning your faith, just don't be scared to step out.
Yeah.
And try and get those questions answered. I know for me, like when I dealt with doubt, and I still obviously being a Christian, you're going to deal with doubt. But don't push away that doubt. Let that doubt like make that, what's the word I'm looking for? Use that doubt to push you to kind of like really investigate and dive into the word and dive into apologetics and things of that nature. Just really use that instead of pushing it off.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good stuff. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks
Appreciate
for having me.
it. Yeah, of course. That was awesome. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. That was a great episode. It is an hour and 36-minute long podcast. So I think we started after 5 minutes of recording. So about an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was sitting here, I was like, there's no way I'm going to hit like an hour and a half. I'm like, those are long podcasts. But when you just get talking and talking,
Yeah.
especially because we've been friends for so long, it just is easy.
Yeah.
And so it just, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, hour and a half episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And as always, I'll see you all next video. Peace. Easy.
Easy.
Easy schmunz.